Hello, here is Sergio Feitosa, and I will give you one introduction about the use of metal foam in switchgear, switchboards, and bus ducts. In my view, this new approach can have a very good and positive impact in the worldwide market of such products. This is an impacting registered idea. I'm just in the middle of the process of the patents. I speak about using in the bus bars, in the windows used for ventilation, in the windows used for the pressurization of the effects of internal arc, and in some other parts like sealing to improve temperature rise aspects. Small and medium-sized companies, manufacturers, can develop many innovations without the barrier of the costs of lab testing, just using low-cost computer test simulations. This patent is a real proof that this is possible. If I had to develop this idea with laboratory tests, it will cost much more than some 500,000 euros. It would be very expensive and I would not try to develop the idea. But with the testing simulations, and in my case, I'm a developer of testing simulators like switchgear design, I could prepare a model and I could see that the idea works. The performance indicators that I use to compare with other projects, in this case here, dollars per MVA and weight per MVA transmitted. Nowadays, we used to manufacture such kind of equipment, we mostly use solid bus bars made of copper and aluminum. What is metal foam? Metal foam is a derivation of the use of such metals, but has many porosities. It's not a solid bar. There are many bubbles like the plastic foams that we use at home to clean the dish. This is a material that you can find in the market very easily. There are many manufacturers, and today the kilogram of metal foam is more expensive than a solid bar. Even with this, it has advantages, and of course, if the use of metal foam grows, the market price for this kind of material will become much lower than it is today. But how to use metal foam in power equipment? In our case, we will use this in bus bars, replacing the solid bars, in the ventilation openings, as I explained before, including the replacement of the filters that we commonly use, in the depressurization flaps, because they are a very light material and they have the property of acting like some kind of arc absorbers, the pressurization flaps. And we can also use in ceilings to permit that during normal use of the switchgear, the hot air which is in the top of the switchgear flows outside, permitting to have lower temperatures. The temperature rise is the dominating aspect of any design. Internal arcs, electrodynamical forces, dielectric aspects can all... If we remember the equation, electrical resistance R is equal to the resistivity multiplied by the length divided by the cross-section area. The higher is the resistance R, the higher will be the Joule generation, and bus bar will heat more. That's, well, we want the contrary, but however, there is a very important aspect, which is the fact that the porosities that there are in the metal foam bar, they enable a much higher contact of the external air with the inside hot parts of the bus bar. I could prove, inclusive for myself, that when you balance the two, the bad aspect of having a higher resistance with the good aspect of have a much higher loss per convection, give a positive balance for the metal foam, economies of at least some 30% to 40% of weight if we use metal foam instead of solid bars. There is a very easy way to check these things that I'm telling by yourself. You will do a very simple test in which you put one bar made of solid copper, and in series with this you put one metal foam bar with the same area, the same cross-section area. Instead of doing just one bar per phase, you put, in the case of metal foam, you put 2 bars per phase, but maintaining the same cross area in both cases. You cut the bar in the middle, you put some single thermocouples, you pass a current, let's say, of the order 1000 amps, and you check the temperatures in both cases and tell me what will happen. I did much more complex simulations to arrive to my conclusions, but you can do this in a very small testing lab inside your factory. And the results that I got are presented in this table. 5 alternatives of design, some of them with solid bars and some of them with metal foam bars. I did these calculations. I calculated using my simulation software, switchgear design, the currents that I should pass in the bus bar to get a temperature rise of 75 Kelvin in the central connection. I calculated an estimate of the weight per MVA transmitted and the cost of manufacturing per MVA transmitted. And if you look in the table and in the lowest 2 lines, you see the metal foam, the values that we get for this are much lower. And this is the main indicative of the efficiency of this solution and what can be explored by manufacturers all over the world. During a long time with working groups of IEC, and in the past I had the honor of being one of coordinating the technical committee 32 of IEC by some years. And my feeling is that the technical standardization associations, the important ones like IEC, ANSI in USA, and the national committees should replace the beautiful environmental speech by some effective actions to save resources of the planet. Speeches do not solve the problems that we are going through. And IEC and ANSI and national ones should to signalize the direction of a future environmental efficient certificate for electric products. What is this? This certificate would be a demonstration that the products meet the test requirements, but much more than this, it is designed with the minimum necessary use of copper, aluminum, insulators, and other materials. Let's say it passes the test, but it is more efficient. Standards, our current standards, take anyone, Take anyone. Take IEC series 62271, 61439, the standards for power transformers, the series for fuses like IEC 62282. They do not give any suggestion or rewards if technology is more efficient. What I suggest to do, and I saw something like this very important in the end of the 80s, is that, like was done for electromagnetic compatibility, EMC, all the product standards shall include a kind of statement about the indicators money per transmitted MVA and weight by transmitted MVA. You can even have a statement to say, okay, this equipment and this technology does not matter on this aspect, but you have to state something. For companies that like to emphasize that they are good for the environmental, this will be great. We can go from the speech to objective actions. Testing simulations could be used to estimate these indicators. This is very used to do with testing simulations and very expensive to do with real testing. And as I say in many of my articles, it is missing some technical standards giving some rules for the use of simulations to replace some tests. And that is it. You can read the complete article in the Cognitor site that you see in these slides. And I thank you very much for your attention. Bye-bye.